what was last? What we have done in last time? I think to calculate the seismic weight of the building, do we have distributed that weight along the height of the building?
યસ મેમ, આપણે તો અર્થક્વેક ફોર્સ બી કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરી લીધું છે ને.
Um, wait a minute. So, okay. So in this sheet, is this part is over? This QI calculation.
હા.
This first floor calculation we done. Find the seismic weight of first floor, second floor, third floor and terrace.
હા.
And the calculation of base shear, that is VB, and distribution of base shear along the height of the building. Is this over?
હા મેમ, થઈ ગયું છે આપણું.
For all the floor, do we have discussed about this xi and yi distance to get the value of center of mass?
હા મેમ, તમે કરાવી હતી ને કે બીમની, કોલમની અને સ્લેબની કે બધામાં કેવી રીતે કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરવું.
Okay. And I think now if I'm recall, then maybe I have asked you to go through this sheet, and
હા.
if you have any doubt, then we will discuss something that part. And on terrace, live load will be 0. Yes, so we have taken live load 0. Right, Riddhi? Do you have any doubt? Riddhi, Riya? Any doubt in this Excel sheet to get the value of
મેમ
seismic?
શિયર વોલમાં થોડોક ડાઉટ હતો એની જે એક્સઆઈ ને વાય ડિસ્ટન્સ લીધું ને એમાં.
Shear wall, in our case, the shear wall is not given, but if in case if it is given, then let me show you that how you can get the calculation for shear wall. Suppose this is your any plan of the building, right? This way, suppose this is your building like this, and here the columns are placed like this. This is column, no? At all four corners, at all corners, I am placing the columns, right? And somewhere, somewhere around here, I am placing here not the column. I am considering this as a shear wall. So I have placed the shear wall like this over here. This is my shear wall. I'm assuming that this is my shear wall. Instead of column, here the shear wall is placed. Right, and that's why I'm just giving the dark blue of this. Right, and one more shear wall I am going to provide. This is only for the understanding. Huh? So I'm providing one shear wall over here also. Like this. This is my shear wall. So this is SW1 shear wall 1. This is SW2 shear wall 2. Now the shear wall dimension is somewhat like this. If this is your wall, right, then this will be the length of the shear wall. Suppose length of the shear wall means this length. So this length is supposed to be provided as 1.5 meter. So 1.5 meter length of wall. Then this one is called the thickness of wall. This is called the thickness of wall. Right. So generally thickness of wall 200 mm or 150 mm if it is provided. And the third parameter for shear wall will be the height parameter, how much height is provided for the shear wall, right? So here in this case also, this is called the length because only the orientation is changed from here to here. Are you able to identify how this wall is placed? This is plan view. Are you able to recognize how this wall and this wall orientation is changed?
Yes.
Hmm? Okay, so this way, this is the length, this will be the thickness, and the height is the third parameter. Now coming to the calculation of this shear wall, uh, the self weight of shear wall, if you want to find self weight of shear wall, then it will be density. So density is 25 kilonewton per meter cube into area of shear wall. Area of shear wall. Now this area of shear wall you need to consider as you need to consider over here as thickness of shear wall into height of the shear wall, because at you are calculating the calculation for each floor. So for each floor, for how many walls are available, the height will remain same. So in area parameter, you need to multiply thickness and height, and to get the shear wall or self weight of or weight, sorry, not self weight, weight of shear wall in terms of kilonewton, then you need to multiply your density with thickness into height, and the third parameter that you need to consider over here will be the length of shear wall, because this length of shear wall may be different for different orientation of wall, and if the orientation is same, then also the length of the shear wall may differ, right? So here the weight of the shear wall in kilonewton, the change parameter you need to consider as length parameter. So in this sheet, here this is shear wall 1, shear wall 2. So here the length maybe is same, that's why here length parameter is multiplied and here height parameter is written. But in your case, if the length parameter is different, then you need to multiply your density. 25 is the density, 0.5 is the thickness, and if the height is 2.5 meters, so you need to write over here height 2.5 meter, and instead of height here you need to write. That is depend on your size of the shear wall which is provided in your building. Is it clear, Riya? Is this your question, that how to calculate shear wall?
નહીં મેમ, આપણે તમે અમને જે જાતે સમ કરવાઈ આપ્યો હતો ને
હા.
એમાં XI YI ડિસ્ટન્સમાં હું કન્ફ્યુઝ થઈ ગઈ હતી.
Okay. So
That is,
તો અહીંયા પણ xi yi, if you want to see, then suppose I am giving the dimension as, suppose this is 6 meter, then this one is again 6 meter, suppose this is 8 meter, suppose this is 4 meter, then how to find the dimension xi yi distance of the shear wall. Now as I discussed earlier, that to get the value of xi yi, the very first is to draw the axis. So this is your x axis, this is your y axis, and this is your origin point, right? Now xi is the distance, CG distance of each and every element from the origin in x direction and in y direction. Now here this is 6 meter, and eventually this is provided at the center, right? If the length of this wall is suppose 2 meter, that is 2000 mm or 2 meter, right? So 1 meter will be at this point, 1 meter at this point, right? So this is 6 meter. तो वॉल क्या प्रोवाइड करी है सर? सेंटर पर, so 3 मीटर ना सेंटर ऊपर, right? And your origin distance, origin point is over here, right? Suppose this distance is 2 meter, then your xi distance for this wall will be this 2 plus 3 मीटर है સેન્ટર ઉપર, આનું સેન્ટર શું કહેવાય? 1 મીટર है અને એ જ સેન્ટર તમારું આ 6 મીટર માટે છે. સો ધીસ ઇઝ 2 + 3 5 મીટર. એન્ડ ઇન yi distance is 4 meter. yi distance is, because this is provided at center, so yi is 4 meter. Over SW2 xi distance કેટલું થશે from origin? As per this dimension 6 meter, 8 meter, and this origin for this SW2
14 meter.
it's 40 meter. And yi, see this is provided at the CG only, उसका CG पे ही ये provided. So for yi origin से distance 4 meter plus, suppose I am considering 2 meter, right? And this is also provided at the center, so this will be 2 meter distance. So 4 plus 2, 6 meter. Now coming to your case, this shear wall is provided at a distance of 3 meter, right? So the CG of this wall is at a distance of 3 meter. Yes, I forgot to give you the distance of this. Suppose this is my, again 3 meter. So xi value for this shear wall will be 3 meter in x direction and 3 meter in y direction, right? shear wall का center CG distance से आपको origin का distance लेना है. पता चला?
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay. Now for the exercise, just give me so that I can verify whether you understood or not. Okay. Chalo. Now can anyone tell me what will be the distance of xi yi for this SW1? This is 2 meter. This one is also 2 meter. For SW1, what will be xi and yi? This is my origin point. This point. Looking to the placing, this is placed at the center of this beam. This is 3 meter. What is xi distance of this shear wall 1?
1.5.
Yes, 1.5 meter.
yi is 2 meter.
yi is 2 meter, correct. Right. And for this SW2, what is xi value?
6 and y is
Yes.
3.5.
Yes. As for SW2, xi is 6 and yi is 3.5. Right. Riddhi, Janish?
हाँ मैम
ખ્યાલ આવ્યો? So yes, this is the wall is provided from the CG only, and generally it is provided at the center of the beam, right? So this way you can. Okay. So this is about the base shear calculation. Again, I am repeating what you need to do for this particular. The very first, to find the VB, you require two terms. One is known as horizontal acceleration and second one is known as seismic weight of the building. This seismic weight of building you can find by finding the seismic weight of each and every floor. Right, seismic weight of each and every floor means weight of structural element. That weight of structural elements are beams, columns, slab, masonry wall, and if it is shear wall. Right, so you can find the weight. Beam and slab weight you can find by density into cross section into length, and slab will be density into thickness into area of slab. For column, density into cross section, B into D into height, and in this height you need to see the criteria that the vertical member load half distributed to above and half distributed to below the floor, like this way, right? So this is column. Then masonry wall, again density of wall masonry into thickness of masonry into length of masonry into height. Here the height parameter you need to distribute height of the masonry wall above and below the floor. And for shear wall is density into thickness into length into height. Again height is the parameter where you need to distribute height above and below the floor. Right. So this is all about weight of structural element to get the weight, seismic weight of each and every floor, and from seismic weight of each and every floor you can find the total weight of the building. And to find the AH, the equation for AH is Z by 2, I by R and SA by G. Z is the zone factor, I is the importance factor, R is the response reduction factor, SA by G is spectral acceleration coefficient, and this SA by G you can find from this equation of time period 0.09 h upon under root d, and from this time period and dependent type of soil you can find the SA by G value. Once you have AHW you can find base shear. Then after, once you got the base shear, you need to distribute this base shear to corresponding height of the building by this equation, right? Also we have discussed about how to find the center of mass. That is center of mass. If it is in x direction, then that will be Wixi, summation of Wixi upon summation W. And center of mass in y direction, summation Wiyi upon summation W. Right. So this way you can find the center of mass. Right. Is there any doubt till this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so if a very small building is given like this, your tutorial example, then it is very easy for you to do the calculation without Excel. Excel के बिना भी ये calculation आप कर सकते हो. कैसे करोगे? Right, how you can do this calculation? How many columns are there? 4 columns. So if I want to find first, कितने फ्लोर है? First floor means first floor, or you can say this uh, level 1. So I am giving the numbering like this. This is level 0. This is my level 1. This is my level 2. So L0 level, no calculation is needed. You required for L1. So seismic weight of level 1, first floor. Right. The very first weight is slab weight. So you need to write down seismic without Excel. Seismic weight of slab. Now what is seismic weight of slab? First will be self weight of slab. How to find self weight of slab? As I discussed, density into thickness of slab. What is thickness of slab given? 100 mm. So 100 mm into area of slab. What is area of slab over here? 6 meter by 6 meter. So 6 into 6. जल्दी calculate करो. 25 into 100 into 6 into 6.
90 kilometer.
90.
Hmm.
Right. So this is my self weight of slab. Now this is called the dead load. Self weight of slab, but dead load. Now if floor finish is given, then if floor finish is given or not? No. Suppose floor finish is given like 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. If the floor finish is given as 1.5 kilonewton per meter square, then this will be 1.5 kilonewton per meter square, and to convert this floor finish into kilonewton, you need to multiply with area of slab. Chalo. So this will give you floor finish load in kilonewton.
54.
50. So this is your dead load, total dead load. Now live load. Live load, is the live load given for this case? No, live load is not given. Just I am assuming that live load is 2 kilonewton per meter square. Right, so 2 kilonewton per meter square, and that is applied to area of the slab.
72.
So total seismic weight of slab is equal to 90 kilonewton plus 54 kilonewton plus 72 kilonewton.
216.
216 kilonewton. So this is seismic weight of your level 1, first floor. Right. Now weight of slab is over. Now coming to beams. Right. So here if you want to give numbering, then you can give numbering as this is your S1 slab. That calculation is done. Now coming to consider this as my origin, because from this line, this is my x-axis. From this line, this will be my y-axis, right? I'm giving numbering notation of beam as B1 beam. This is my B2 beam. This is my B3 beam, and this is my B4 beam. As your all beams are having same length, right? So the calculation for beam will be very easy. How to find that? See, seismic weight of beams, right? all are same, all beams are same length. What is seismic weight of beam? Density into cross section area into length. So density is 25. Now what is cross section given for beam? 250 by 400. So 0.25 into 0.4 into length. Length of one beam is 6 meter. चलो find करो. Seismic weight of beam B1. B1 में एक calculation करो.
15.
15.
Yes.
15 kilonewton. Right. Now you have all the beam, other beam B2, B3, B4 of same cross section, same length. So here you can write total seismic weight of beams B1, B2, B3 and B4 is equal to 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. 60 kilometer, 60. Correct?
Yes.
So this is seismic weight of beam. Here this is seismic weight of slab. Now coming to seismic weight of column. Now how to find self weight of column? Density into cross section of column into height of column. Density is 25. Chalo, cross section of column is given
0.4 into
0.4 by 0.4. 0.4 by 0.4. Now coming to height of the column, as this height is the vertical member. So for vertical member you need to consider height accordingly. તો જો અહીંયા શું થશે? This floor, આનું calculation કર્યું. This L1, this floor. So this floor is connected with above the column of 3 meter, below the column of 4 meter. So the load is equally distributed above and below the floor. So 3 meter નું half શું થશે? 1.5 from this side and 2 meter from this side. Right, so total height of level 1 is 3.5 meter. Right, so here you can write 3.5 meter. Here you can give the column as C1 column, C2 column, C3 column, C4 column notation. So what is this?
14.
Column C1. 1 4.
Yes.
Right. So now I want total weight of columns, because the height will remain same, cross section is also same. So you can write C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus C4. 4 columns. So 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14. That's it.
56.
Right. So this is your seismic weight of column. Now coming to seismic weight of shear wall. Now what is seismic weight of shear wall? It is self weight of shear wall. What is self weight of shear wall? Density into thickness into length into height. So So density is 25 into thickness of shear wall is given as 1.5 meter length આપી છે. Now thickness of shear wall I'm writing over here itself. This is 150 mm. Right. So 0.150 into length is 1.5 meter. And what is height for shear wall? Shear wall is also a vertical member. So height of shear wall and column height both will remain same. So 3.5 meter. So here it is 3.5. So this will give the self weight of shear wall.
19.68
kilometer. And this is the single shear wall. So this is your final answer. Now what remain? Which parameter is remain? Seismic weight of masonry wall. Is it given in your data? Yes. Masonry wall data is given. Right. So whatever is your V1, this at same place the wall is also there. So masonry wall 1, masonry wall 2, masonry wall 3, masonry wall 4. Right. All the walls are external wall. So self weight of masonry wall MW1. What is that? Density into thickness into height into length. Chalo, density 20, thickness of wall 120 mm, 0.120. Chalo, what about height of masonry? What about height of masonry?
4 meter.
Priya, Riddhi, કે 4 meter આવ્યું?
Same as column.
No.
પેલું હા અચ્છા વેઇટ કરી ફ્લોર ટુ ફ્લોર હાઈટ ગણી હતી.
તમને મેં મેસનરી નું સમજાવ્યું હતું? હા, આ નહીં સમજાવ્યું તો ડેપ્થ ઓફ બીમ માઇનસ કરવાનું.
હા કરાયું છે.
હા હા.
है ना, see this 3 minus d, 3 minus d, 3 minus d, 1.5 d. So whatever is the, તમારે સિમ્પલ શું યાદ રાખવાનું? Whatever is the height of column, એ પર્ટિક્યુલર ફ્લોરની જે હાઇટ ઓફ કોલમ હોય ને 3.5 મીટર, એમાંથી ડેપ્થ ઓફ બીમ માઇનસ કરી દો. So that will give the purely height of masonry wall. ખ્યાલ આવ્યો? So from 3.5 meter deduct the height of or depth of wall. Sorry, depth of beam. આટલું માઇનસ કરી. So this small depth of beam 400 mm. So here height will be 3.5 minus 0.4. And what is length? 6 meter. 6. Chalo. So this will give you self weight of masonry wall 1. યાદ આવ્યું તમને? Depth of beam minus કરવાનું. ચલો.
હેલો મેમ. 3. આપણે ફ્લોર હાઈટ જે ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુશન કન્સિડર કરીને કરી એ છે, તો આપણે ફ્લોર હાઈટ કન્સિડર કરવાની કે એ વાળી હાઈટ કન્સિડર કરવાની?
ના, એ તમને ઈઝી કરવા માટે મેં કીધું. જો તમારે શું હોય એકચ્યુઅલી, this is your building, right? This is 4 meter height and this one is 3 meter height, and you are calculating for first floor or level 1. So at level 1 wall height ક્યાંથી આવશે? નીચેના ફ્લોરની હાફ અને ઉપરના ફ્લોરની હાફ. રાઈટ. હવે ઇફેક્ટિવલી ઉપરના
એ
ફ્લોર
હા હા
પર ઇફેક્ટિવલી કેટલી હાઈટ છે મેસનરીની? 3 માંથી ડેપ્થ ઓફ બીમ માઇનસ કરો ને એટલી હાઈટ છે ઉપર વોલ માટે. આ
હા
જે હાઈટ છે ને આની વાત કરું
right.
છું. ધીસ હાઈટ ઇઝ 3 માઇનસ ડી. અને એ જ રીતે આ જે વોલ, આ જે કોલમ છે, એટલે અહીંયા આ જે ફ્લોર છે એમાં ઇફેક્ટિવ કેટલી હાઈટ મળે છે વોલ માટે? 4
4
માઇનસ.
minus d.
બરાબર. હવે ફર્સ્ટ ફ્લોર પર વોલનું વેટ ફાઇન્ડ કરવું હોય તો એનો મતલબ શું થયો કે 3 માઇનસ ડી ડિવાઈડ બાય 2 પ્લસ 4 માઇનસ ડી ડિવાઈડ બાય 2. એટલે એ હાઈટ તમારે આના ઉપર ટ્રાન્સફર કરવી પડે. બરાબર. તો એની જગ્યાએ મેં શું કર્યું કે તમારી પાસે ઓલરેડી આના માટેની હાફ હાઈટ છે, આની પણ હાફ હાઈટ છે. તો સિમ્પલ જે પણ તમારી પાસે સેન્ટર ટુ સેન્ટર હાઈટ મળી છે, અબાઉ હાફની અને બિલો હાફની, એમાંથી વચ્ચે શું નડે છે? આ ખાલી બીમ નડે છે વચ્ચે એ વોલમાં.
Yes,
તો આ
right.
માઇનસ કરી નાખો. સો ધ આન્સર યુ વિલ ગેટ વિલ બી રિમેન સેમ.
Okay.
રાઈટ. ચલો, વોટ ઇઝ ધીસ? કેટલું આવે છે સેલ્ફ વેઇટ ઓફ મેસનરી વોલ? થોડું ફટાફટ આન્સર આપો, કારણ કે આ રિપીટ કરું છું, મારે એકચ્યુઅલી આ નથી સમજાવવાનું.
44.64.
હા,
44.64.
this is for one wall. Now total weight of masonry wall, so that will be 44.64 for one, then 2 plus 3 plus 4. You will get the total weight of masonry wall.
178.56.
Huh?
78.
178.56.
156 kilonewton. So this is my total weight of masonry wall. Is there any structure member remain from your plan? Slab is covered, beam is covered, wall is covered, and shear wall is covered. Right. So total weight of, now you can find total seismic weight of level 1 is equal to, चलो ऐड करता जाओ, मन फाइनल आंसर आपको 216 plus 60 plus 56 plus 19.68 plus 178.56.
524.24.
Kilonewton. Right. So here you are getting your seismic weight of level 1. Right. And to prepare the Excel sheet, you will be saving your time. ખ્યાલ આવ્યો તમને કેટલું સેવ થાય છે ટાઈમ? If you have your Excel sheet, just you need to put the values and directly you can get the answer. આ જો આપણે ખાલી seismic weight 1 કર્યું છે, આટલા ટાઈમમાં તમે એક્સેલમાં લેવલ 2 નું પણ કેલ્ક્યુલેશન થઈ જાય, if you know the fundamental. Right. Now we require to do seismic weight of level 2 or roof. तो क्या change થશે? Only I will show with different color. चलो. Now this is for level 2. Is there any change in this calculation? Is there any change in self weight? No. Is there any change in floor finish? No.
No.
What about live load?
Change this 0.
Live load will be 0. Right. So slab નો weight કેટલું આવશે? 90 plus 54. 144 kilonewton. Right? Chalo. Is there any change in beams?
No.
So level 2 beams 60 kilonewton. No change. Is there any change in column? Yes. क्या
Yes.
change आवશે? Height of column.
Height.
Right. So what is height of column for this case? This is 3 meter. Half will transfer to above, half will below. So above roof level पर level 2 पर કેટલું થશે transfer? Only 1.5 meter. Right. So here you need to write 1.5 meter. Right. चलो quickly find करो. What will be the weight? Total weight. Direct answer total weight.
24.
24. Total weight.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, chalo. Now is there any change in shear wall? Yes. Here also you need to consider 1.5 meter. So what will be weight of shear wall?
$8.44.
Right, so this is weight of shear wall. Any change in masonry wall? Yes. क्या थશે change? चलो
63.36 total.
okay. Right, so this is your masonry wall. Right. चलो. Now I require total seismic weight of level 2. So that equal to, चलो તમે કરતા રહેજો, 144 plus 60 plus 24 plus 8.44 plus 63.36.
299.8.
Right. So this is your seismic weight of level 2. Now you can find total seismic weight of building. Addition of this 524 plus 299.
.04.
824.04 kilonewton. So this is my total seismic weight of the building. Right. So if any small plan is given, you can do by this way also. One more thing, you need to see whether the cross section of each and every element is remain same for each and every floor. Then if અહીંયા તો તમને ખાલી બે ફ્લોર જ આપ્યા છે, if the 2-3 floors are given અને first floor, second floor, third floor બધાની height same હોય, and if the cross section also remains same, then except roof, intermediate floor weight will remain same. So at that time you can directly write that seismic weight of floor 1, 2, 3, 4 something જેટલા પણ same આવતા હોય એનો direct તમે answer લખી શકો. No need to perform calculation for this each and every floor. Right? Chalo, now we'll do the center of mass calculation. So in x direction, if I want center of mass, so that equal to summation of Wi xi upon summation of W. Barabar. Now, if the plan is very small, then you can do this calculation also very easy. What is meaning of WIXI? Seismic weight of each and every component or the member into XI distance. So first member આપણે કયું લીધું slab. So weight of slab we have, that is 216. Weight of slab we have, that is 216. Now we require to know that what is CG distance of this area of slab from origin. Can anyone tell in x direction what is CG value of this slab from the origin?
3.
In x direction
3
3
meter.
meter. Right, so directly you can write over here that 216 into 3. અને આના પરથી તમને ખબર પડશે આનું સેન્ટર ઓફ માસ શું આવશે 3 મીટર બાય 3 મીટર આવવું જોઈએ. Right, so we will check whether we are getting or not. So weight is 216. So 216 into 3. Chalo. Second weight is beam. Right, single weight of beam is 15 kilonewton. Now we'll see that x direction, what is CG distance of this B1 beam from the origin?
3 meter.
3 meter. And here
6.
B2, sorry, B2 beam
For B2 માટે બી 3 અને
3.
B4 માટે
Yes, B3 માટે
0.
0 and B4 માટે
6.
6. Right, so here you need to write that way, that each and every weight of beam is 15. So 15 into 3 plus again 15 into 3 plus third J beam છે, that is weight is 15 but distance is 0 plus 15 into 6. ખ્યાલ આવ્યો? Now coming to column. Column single weight is 14 kilonewton. Now we'll see over here. Chalo, C1 column CG distance from the origin x direction
0.
0. C2,
6.
C3,
0.
C4,
6.
6. Right. So C1 is 14 kilonewton. So plus 14 into 0 for C1 plus 14 into 0 for C2 plus 14 into 6 for C3 plus 14 into 6 for C4. Now coming to column, that shear wall. Shear wall 19.68 weight and x distance from the origin is 3 meter. 19.68 into 3. Now the remaining is masonry wall. Masonry wall single weight is 44.64. Right. Chalo. Now masonry wall W1 from origin x distance 3, MW2 3, MW3 0, MW4 6. Same like a beam. 44.64 into 3 plus 44.64 into 3 plus 44.64 into 0. If you don't want to write 0 term, then you can. But here, just for the understanding of the other people, those who are absent, I am writing to 6. And this whole divide by total weight of that floor. So that total weight of that floor is 524.24. 524.24. Now check what you are getting for x center of mass. You must get 3 meter answer. મળે છે 3 મીટર. Later on we will check whether you are getting or not. Now coming to y center of mass, summation wi yi upon summation w, I am using the other color to write. Chalo. Now first is slab. Yi distance of slab 3 meter.
Yes.
So again I am writing over here. This is also 3 meter. This indicates the y distance. Then coming to beam. Now yi distance of B1 beam. Chalo, bolo. Y distance of B1 beam from the origin in y direction 6 meter. Then B2
0.
B3
3.
yes 3 and B4 is also 3. Right, so 6 0 3 3. So here this will be 6 0 3 3. Now coming to column. Column C1 y distance from origin 6. C2 6. C3 0. C4 0. So 6 6 0 0. So here 6 6 0 0. Now shear wall distance will be 3 meter. Now masonry will remain same as your beam. So 6 0 3 3, and this will remain same 524.24, and you will get the y center of mass as 3 meter. Right? So for very small plan you can do manually also by this kind of calculation. Right? But if you want to do in Excel, then you must be clear about each and every term that you are inserting in your cell. So yes, we have finished this tutorial problem. Right, now you can find the VB is equal to AH into W. This calculation you can do by yourself. AH is equal to Z by 2 I by R SA by G. Chalo. Surat city, zone number. City is given as Surat. So zone number IS 1893. कहाँ से मिलेगा? annexure open करो. You can get the zone factor for हाँ कया zone માં છે સુરત? zone 3.
Third.
Zone 3 means 0.24. बराबर?
0.16.
Zone 2 છે, sorry zone 3, so 0.16. 0.16 divided by 2. Importance factor, school building is given, so for school building importance factor is 1.5. Then response reduction factor, moment resisting frame is given, so for moment resisting frame what is R value? 5. And SA by G, for SA by G you require to find time period of the structure in x direction, so that is 0.09 h upon under root dx. So 0.09, what is your h value? Height of the structure 7 meter. and under root dx means base dimension along the direction of the earthquake. X direction earthquake, so X direction dimension, your building is 3 meter by 3 meter. So there won't be any change in the time period. Chalo, find out this time period. And this time period will remain same for X and Y because your base dimension is same. What is time period of the structure?
Point 36.
0.36 second. Right. For this 0.36 second.
मैम D तो 6 આવશે ને 6/6 છે.
Sorry, 6/6 तो 6.
હા 0.226.
0.26. Right, and for type of the soil, which type of soil is given? Stiff soil. So for stiff soil, and for this 0.26, find out the SMIG value. So stiff soil means yeah, 0.26. So your SMIG value is 2.5. Chalo, find out AH.
Zero point 0.06.
0.06. Now VB is equal to 0.06 into 524. चलो તમારે કરતા તો હું જલ્દી કર
31.45.
હા
31.45.
આટલું ઓછું આવે છે ચલો so this is your base shear. Now you this base shear means for this building for 4 meter and 3 meter this base shear is acting in this direction in X and in Y both. Right, means if this is your plan, then in X direction, this is Y direction, this is X direction. So EQX and EQY for this building, for this floor will remain same. Right. Now distribution of this, huh?
એટલે આપણે 524 કન્સિડર કરવાનું કે પછી ટોટલ 820?
હા હા
બીબી
તો પછી અહીંયા
824
ખોટું
આવશે,
આવશે હા અહીંયા
બધે
પણ
જ
ખોટું
બદલાશે ને?
હા
હા હા હા
પણ મેમ ત્યાં તો 3B નહીં થતું જો
હા
830
એટલે જ
કન્સિડર
નહીં
કરીએ
થાય
તો
ને
સેન્ટર હા હા
824.04 sorry. Right, 824.04. So here also, એટલે જ મેં પૂછ્યું કે આટલું નાનું કેમ આવે છે 824.04. ચલો
50 આવશે.
49.44, so 50. Right, so 50 kilometer. Right. Now distribution of base shear along the height of the building. Right, means you are going to find what will be the load acting on this first floor and what is load acting on this roof level by finding Q1 value and Q2 value. Right, so to find that, what you are going to do, you will write the label. You will prepare this table label, then height from base, then weight of that particular label, then WI, equation is WI HI square. What is the equation? WI HI square.
એમ છે મારે.
WHS square upon sigma WHS square.
HI square છે ને?
હા.
Yes.
2VB.
કોડમાં એ જ આપ્યું છે ને? So this is WI HI square, and here we, sorry, not VB. QI is equal to VB into WI HI square upon summation of WI HI square. Right. So you need to start with your top floor. So here this will be your roof level, or you can write level 3. No, 2. This is your first floor, means level 1, and this is your foundation level, that is level 0. Right, so height is 0, this is 4 meter, this one is 3 meter. Weight will be dash level 1, weight of level 1 is 524.24, and level 2 weight is
299.
99.8. This is in kilonewton. Now quickly find out this WI into HI square. WI into HI square.
2698.
Value?
હા. 0.2. અને 8387.8.
Do the summation of this term.
One 1086.
Right. Now in Excel sheet, fine.
04.
Now in Excel sheet, I have prepared one more table by first finding this ratio WI square upon summation WI square, and that ratio is multiplied with VB. તમારે એવું ના કરવું હોય, then directly also you can write this value over here. So VB, your VB value is 50. Right. So 50 into 2698.2 divided by 11086.04.
12.16.
12.16. Same way, this will be in kilonewton. Same way, 50 into 8387.8 divided by 11086.
37.83.
Now take a summation of this cube.
50.
Equivalent to. So.
Hello, ma'am. આપણે હાઈટ જે આપણે કન્સિડર કરીએ આપણે બેઝ થી કન્સિડર કરવાની છે.
Oh, sorry.
તો લેવલ 2 માટે
7. चलो this is 2 3 0 7 8 7 4 6 9 0.2 0 7 8 250 51 There you will get the same answer. Right? Yes, very good, Ria. This distance you need to consider from the base. So if this is your building, if this is your 4 meter and 3 meter, this is level 0, level 1, level 2. So level 0 height is 0, level 1 height from the base is 4 meter, and level 2 height from the base is 7 meter. Correct?
Yes.
Right. So this is about your full exercise for the tutorial problem, that we can do this by manually also if the plan is very small. Okay. So this is center of mass and the weight calculation and base shear calculation. Now as I explained earlier that the earthquake force is acting at the center of mass point. So if this is any plan of the building, and suppose from that you will get the center of mass point over here, right? So eventually the force which you have find out, that force for each and every floor, suppose यहाँ पे जो भी force आया, यहाँ पे जो भी force आया, right? So the Q1 force over here and Q2 force over here, then this Q1 and Q2 force for this each and every floor is acting at its center of mass. Now remember one thing, you have find out the center of mass point over here 3 meter and 3 meter for level 1. Same way you need to find out center of mass for level 2 also. That also we have done in the Excel sheet. So for each and every floor you will going to find the center of mass value, and for the regular building and for the same height of building you will get the center of mass for each and every floor remains same, unless your geometrical figure or size, or you can say plan dimension for other floor is different, then and then the center of mass will change. Otherwise for each and every floor the center of mass value will remain same, right? So this force that we have Q1 and Q2, this force Q1 force will act on level 1 at its center of mass point. So suppose this is my level 1 floor, level 1 floor plan, then this Q1 force, this Q1 force and this Q2 force will act at the center of mass. Now again here your VB, that is base shear in X and base shear in Y, is remains same, because your base dimension, this building is of 6 meter by 6 meter. But if suppose if any time, if your time period of the structure in X and Y direction, if it is different, and due to that difference if your SA by G value for X and SA by G value for Y If both this value will change, then you will get the change in your VBX also and in your VBY also. And if there is change in VBX and VBY, then this table you need to prepare for 2 times. One for VBX means you will find the Q1 force in x direction, Q2 force in x direction, and by second table, by changing the value of VBY only, you will get the force in y direction and force in Q1 force in y direction, Q2 force in y direction. ख्याल આવ્યો?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
But here, as the both values are same, that's why for this level 1, floor, as our VBX and VBY both are same, the meaning is that Q1X and Q1Y both are same, and that's why this Q1 and Q1Y is the lateral force acting on that particular floor, and that particular force is acting at a center of mass of that floor itself. So this is my Q1Y force, and this is my Q1X force, which is acting in on the center of mass point. Right. Now this is the inertia force which is acting on center of mass. Now the building is having its inherent property from the lateral load resisting systems who will provide the resistance towards the inertia force. Right, and that resistance will be offered by the stiffness element of the lateral resisting element, right, and that will form the center of stiffness point. Right, so for any of this building, if suppose the resisting element, that is column, all the vertical element will provide the stiffness. Column, masonry wall, then shear wall. All this element will provide the resistance towards this inertia force, and the stiffness of all these three elements will concentrate it at one particular point, and that particular point is known as center of stiffness point. And due to that center of stiffness, this will provide the resisting force. Right, तो ये center of mass, ये inertia force है, center of stiffness will give the resisting force. Suppose this is only the center of stiffness point, then this center of stiffness will provide the resisting force. I am giving the short name of resisting force in this direction and in this direction also, because your column element stiffness will be in x direction also. Stiffness symbol is K. So stiffness in x direction and stiffness in y direction. So you will get the resistant force in x direction also and in y direction also. Means this resisting force will not allow your building to deflect due to this inertia force. Right. Now there are two conditions occurs for this center of mass and center of stiffness. So we will discuss one by one for this condition. The very first condition is where your center of mass and center of stiffness will coincide. This is the first condition. Now center of mass and center of stiffness coincide. How to find center of stiffness we'll see after this. So this center of mass is equal to center of stiffness. The meaning is, suppose this is your building plan. Here is the center of mass point and here itself is a center of stiffness. Now what will happen over here? This inertia force will come from this direction. I am just considering Qy. Right, I am considering only in y direction, and the inertia force is from the y direction, and the resisting force will be also give the resistance from this direction opposite to the inertia force. Now what will happen? Due to this, वह एक साइड पे इनर्शिया फोर्स पुश कर रहा है, दूसरी साइड पे रेजिस्टिंग फोर्स उसको अपोज कर रहा है. सो द डिफ्लेक्शन is taking place in terms of transformation only. Only this transformation is taking place. Transformation kind of deflection is taking place. मतलब यहाँ से अगर inertia force जाएगा, then your plan will move like this. This dotted shape is the movement of your this plan due to inertia force. Only translation direction होगा, transformation or translation. I hope you all are from SA3 background. Translation, rotation, वो term आपको आया है. What is translation? What is rotation? Translation means movement in XY direction. Rotation means movement in Z direction. Right. So this is the deflection or translation of this body due to this inertia force, and this movement is resisted by this resisting force or restoring force. This is called the resisting force or restoring force also. Restoring force also, both are same. Right. So only translation will take place. Now second condition. Center of mass and center of stiffness not coincide. Right. That means center of mass is not center of stiffness. The meaning is eccentricity will be there, not 0. Here eccentricity will be 0. So if this is your plan, I am just considering for the EQY direction only for time being, for the understanding. Otherwise you need to see for both the case in X and Y. Suppose this is my center of stiffness point and this is my inertia force, that is Qy. This will give my restoring force from this direction, and the distance between these two will give the eccentricity in X direction, because this is my X, this is my Y direction, plan X, plan Y. So you will get the eccentricity in X direction. Now due to this kind of situation, not only translation type of deformation will take place, translation plus rotation also. Right, so these two deflection or deformation will take place in your building, and the movement of your building will be like this. Means you have translation also and you will be having the rotation also. Right. So here this type of condition, if you want to analyze, then that building is known as torsionally uncoupled building analysis, and this is called the torsionally coupled building analysis. Right. Or I have discussed also that restoring force will be given by column masonry wall or shear wall. Ultimately, this will be offered by the vertical element, right? So obviously, when this inertia force act, the vertical member stiffness will oppose that, right? So the contribution will be provided to the vertical resisting element, which will give the resistance to the inertia force, right? So this two analysis we will perform: torsionally uncoupled and torsionally coupled building. Now before doing this torsionally coupled and uncoupled analysis, the very first thing we need to know that how to find center of stiffness. Short form is CS. How to find center of stiffness? As I explained earlier, the center of stiffness will be offered by the vertical resisting element, right? So center of stiffness means the point at which the stiffness of all the vertical element will coincide with each other, right? So center of stiffness definition is that the point at which the stiffness of all the element will coincide with each other. Now this stiffness is known as flexural stiffness. So how to find flexural stiffness? The equation is 12 EI by LQ. આ equation જોયું છે ક્યાંય? Stiffness equation 12 EI by LQ.
Yes.
So this is the equation 12 EI by LQ. What is E? E is the Young modulus of reinforced concrete. What is Young modulus of reinforced concrete? Hmm? (5,000/FCK). Young modulus of reinforced concrete is 5,000/FCK, right? I is the moment of inertia. Now this will differ your element stiffness in x direction and in y direction, right? So if your column is oriented like this, this is your x, this is your y, then you will get this column stiffness in x direction also and in y direction also, and which is different because Ixx for rectangle is 1/12 BD cube. Here it is 1/12 dB cube, right? So more the moment of inertia, more will be the stiffness in the element. Less moment of inertia, less will be the stiffness of the element. So if you are doing any analysis or design, if any column is failing, then one thing you can do is by changing the orientation, whether you are getting the same answer or same design or not. Because if you change this orientation of this column like this, then here this will be your x axis, this will be your y axis. So in this case, which stiffness is more? Kyy will be more and Kxs will be less. So sometimes if your column is failing in y direction, then you can change this orientation of column, right? So you can find the moment of inertia and L is the height of the element. So from this equation you can find the individual element stiffness value. Means if rectangle, then you can find stiffness of rectangle column in x direction, you can find stiffness of column in y direction, right? This way you need to find out stiffness of masonry wall also in x and y direction. You need to find out stiffness of shear wall also in x and y direction. Once you get all the stiffness of all the element along x and along y direction, to find the center of stiffness in x direction, so x center of stiffness is equal to summation of wi, sorry, summation of ki xi upon summation of k. This is to find the x center of stiffness, and y center of stiffness is equal to summation of ki yi upon summation of k. This is the generalized equation to find the stiffness in x and y direction. The meaning of this statement is summation means sum of all the vertical elements available in your floor, that stiffness value in x direction, because you are finding x value, stiffness of that x direction, and the CG distance of that particular element from the origin, whole divided by total stiffness of the element in x direction. So here you can modify your equation for the x will be x center of stiffness is equal to summation of kxx into x distance divided by summation of kx. Right, you need to consider stiffness in x direction, stiffness in y direction for y. Any doubt till this?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, now we are going to use our this plan. We'll do small plan. આ પ્લાનનું જ કરીએ આપણે, રાઈટ? Because આ પ્લાનનું કરવા જઈશું, so it will take more time. No, it will not take time. Yes, we'll do for this plan only. જે Excel sheet કર્યું છે. For this plan. What you say? કયું કરવું છે first for this? The main plan that we have started with, or this, or you want to do for this tutorial? કયું કરવું છે બોલો? We have center of mass for both this case, so we can easily identify the torsionally coupled and uncoupled. What you say? કયું કરવું છે?
મેમ સેન્ટર ડિસ્ટન્સ તો હવે આવડે જ છે, તો પેલું નાના વાળાનું કરી દઈએ ને.
હા, એ જ કરીએ ને, થોડો ટાઈમ ઓછો જશે એમાં.
હા, એટલે જ.
Okay, so we'll calculate center of stiffness for this particular plan. Now again, as this is regular building, symmetrical building, you will get your center of stiffness at 3 meter distance only. કેમ એવું થશે ખ્યાલ છે? Because all column dimensions are same, right? All columns are placed at all four corners. Your shear wall is placed at the center. Walls are placed at the symmetrical manner. So there won't be any inequality in the stiffness in any of this direction. So your stiffness value will be at the center of this geometry only. Right? But if any of two element, 400 by 400 instead of this C1 and C3 400 by 400 and this C4, C2 and C4, if I change the cross section like this, and by changing the dimension also 600 by 300 at both the side, your center of stiffness will not be same as the earlier one. ખ્યાલ આવે છે difference? I will upload
Yes.
one video also where you can see the center of stiffness. Otherwise, in theory also you have studied how the center of stiffness change. આ પ્લાનમાં ક્યાં stiffness કઈ બાજુ કઈ ડાયરેક્શનમાં જશે? સેન્ટર થી રાઈટ સાઈડ ઓર લેફ્ટ સાઈડ?
Right side.
Right side. Right, stiffness is more at the right side. Right, so your stiffness center of stiffness point will be away from the center, right side. Right, but we'll consider only this case to know how to find center of stiffness. That we'll consider right now for the time being. Otherwise, if for irregular point you will get the exact value for the center of stiffness point. Okay, thank you. To find this, so મને ખાલી આ ડાયમેન્શન કહેજો આપણા બીમ. So this is 6 meter. This is also 6 meter. Then these are the 4 columns. Just for the easiness, I am using this cursor. Then this is the shape. This is C1 column, C2, C3, C4. This is shear wall. Here there will be masonry 1, masonry 2, masonry 3 and masonry 4. Right, and I wanted to find center of stiffness of this. Now again, center of stiffness value will means you need to find out center of stiffness value for each and every floor available in your building. So if this is 4 meter, 3 meter, if this is your level 0, this one is level 1 and level 2, then you are going to find the center of stiffness point for level 1, level 2 or whatever will be the height of your building. So we will find first center of stiffness for level 1. Again, if the plan dimension, size of the building, size of the element at all the floor will remain same, then your center of stiffness value also will remain same at each and every floor, except and unless you have different cross section at one of the floor. Right, so center of stiffness for level 1. First we'll find stiffness of column. Right, how to find stiffness? Here your 400 by 400 column is given. So C1 column, C2 column, C3 column and C4 column. All this column is having same dimension as 400 mm by 400 mm. Right, but if any of the column is having rectangle section or circular section, then you need to do this calculation for that many times. So stiffness of columns in x direction. First we'll find for x direction. So K C1x matlab stiffness of C1 column in x direction. Equation is 12E x direction means Ixx divided by L3. Now E is 5000 under root FCK. Now if FCK is not given, then as per IS 1893, minimum grade of concrete you need to consider as 20 mm. M20. So 5000 under root 20. મને ક્વિકલી આન્સર આપવો પડશે તમારે. 5000 under root 20.
2236 0.67.
2236
0.67.
unit.
Newton per mm square.
Right, now coming to Ixx. Now Ixx 1 by 12 VD cube. So 1 by 12 into 400 into 400 cube.
- 2.13 into 10 raised to minus 3.
Mm raised to
Meter raised to 4. 0.4.
mm માં છે મીટર.
Meter raised to 4.
mm માં રાખને કઈ નહીં પછી ચેન્જ કરી.
Into 10 raised to 9. 2.13 into 10 raised to 9 mm raised to 4.
And length. Now length will be your height of that particular floor. If you are doing for level 1, then height will be 4 meter. If you are doing center of stiffness value for level 2, then height will be 3 meter. So L is 4000 mm. 4 meter 4000 mm. Now put all this value in this equation and find out the stiffness of C1 column in X direction. चेक करो. આઈ થિંક ઓનલાઈનમાં તમારી કેલ્સીમાં કરવાની સ્પીડ પણ ઘટી ગઈ છે ને. કોપી કરવાની સ્પીડ વધી ગઈ છે એક્ઝામમાં.
નહીં, કોપી કરાવવાની સ્પીડ વધી ગઈ.
હા, કોપી કરાવવાની સ્પીડ વધી ગઈ છે.
8930
8930 unit. What is unit of stiffness? Newton into mm. યાદ રાખજો. બરાબર ને? ન્યૂટન પર મીટર, ન્યૂટન પર mm કે ન્યૂટન into mm? Newton per mm. Chalo. Now I required this will be in Newton per meter. Newton per meter માં મને આન્સર આપી દો. બરાબર. ખાલી 8.93 કે 8.93 into 10 raised to 6? એમએમનો મીટરમાં કન્વર્ટ કેવી રીતે થાય કે મેં ભૂલ કરી છે?
ના મેમ બરાબર છે.
અચ્છા રિદ્ધિ છે.
યસ મેમ.
તો આન્સર જ નહીં આપતી કોઈ.
મેમ હું લખતી હતી એટલે.
Okay, so this is my stiffness of C1 column in X direction. Now all your 4 columns are having same dimension, so you can directly write over here is KC1X equal to KC2X equal to KC3X equal to KC4X is equal to 8.93 into 10 raised to 6 Newton per meter. Right, if the dimensions are changed for C2, C3, C4 column, then you need to perform this same kind of exercise. Only the change will be in your moment of inertia equation. If the circular will be there, the moment of inertia for circular section will be 5 by 64 d raised to 4. Rectangle is there, then same equation 1 by 12 bdq. Right. Again, now here you're having square column, so square column moment of inertia in x and moment of inertia in y, both direction will same, so we don't have to perform the stiffness of C1 column or any of the column for the y direction also. So here also you can directly write that the moment of this stiffness in y direction will be remain same as 8.93 into 10 raised to 6 Newton per meter. Clear?
Yes.
But if you have rectangle section, then you need to perform this exercise again. Chalo, now coming to stiffness of other vertical element, which is shear wall. Chalo. Now this is the shear wall which is given to you, and this is 150 mm dimension, and this one is 1500 dimension length. Right, and the orientation is same like this. પહેલા orientation પણ draw કરવાનું તમારે જે orientation ની wall આપી હોય એ રીતે જ આમાં draw કરવાનું. So this way. Right, now again stiffness of shear wall. બે shear wall હોય તો 1 2 લખવાનું નથી, તો you can write only KSW x direction is equal to, again same equation, 12 EI by LQ. Right, now moment of inertia. Here, if this is the orientation, then this is your x axis and this will be your y axis. Right, so Ixx for this shear wall is 1 by 12 bdq. So 1 by 12, what is b and what is d? So find out Ixx.
4.22 into 10 raised to 6. 10 raised to 10.
10 is to 10. 10 is to 4. Here only I will find Iyy also. That is 1 by 12 dbq. So that equal to 1 by 12 into 1500 into 150 cube. So I will get Iyy.
421.87 into 10 raised to 6.
Now see the difference in the moment of inertia for shear wall in x and y, and then I explained earlier also that shear wall is strong in only one direction, in which direction it is placed, and in other direction that will be weak. So the orientation of shear wall is made according to the in which direction you want your more stiffness from the wall. Right. Now E will remain same over here, and length. What about length? Length of the shear wall will be also 4 meter. Right. So you need to put this value in this equation. So 12 into E is again 22360.67. IXX is 4.22 into 10 raised to 10 divided by 4000 cube. So place shear wall in X direction. चलो चेक करो बराबर છે stiffness of shear wall in
Yes, ma'am.
right. Now stiffness of shear wall in y direction 12 E IYY upon L cube. मैंने फटाफट आंसर आ जाती है. Only you need to change here 4.22 जगह है 421.87 into 10 raised to 6. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So see the stiffness in X direction is 176 into 10 raised to 6, but in Y direction it is 1.76 into 10 raised to 6. So in Y direction, this placing of shear wall will not give any performance towards the earthquake force or towards the lateral force, but yes, in X direction that will resist the force. Right? Chalo. Now next is stiffness of shear wall is completed. Stiffness of column is completed. Now stiffness of masonry wall. Again, stiffness of masonry wall in X direction SMW1 first two masonry wall 1. Equation will remain same 12 no masonry wall. If it is load bearing, then only you need to consider, otherwise it's okay. If it is, don't consider masonry wall for calculation. Don't consider. If it is load bearing, then only you need to consider, otherwise not. And that you can consider same as this, except this is 1500 by 150 and a masonry wall માં શું થશે? Masonry wall will be like this. Right, so this will be the length of masonry. જે બધામાં same હશે તમારી. This will be the thickness and height. Right, so cross section માં તમારે શું લેવાનું? length and height. But don't consider masonry because masonry won't consider for the stiffness calculation. So here also just remove this masonry part. Okay, now coming to the calculation for center of stiffness point. Now how you can do that? So X center of stiffness. So this one is the equation to find the center of stiffness, K into X divided by summation K. Now here what easy way you can do for this is you just give the grid line of your plan. Grid line of your plan means if this is your origin, right? The line passing through this center I am denoting as A grid. Line passing through this center of the columns placed I am denoting as B grid, right? In X direction, X direction A, X direction B. The line passing through this Y direction column, oriented column grid as 1. Line passing through this Y direction center of columns is 2. So I have divided my column into number of grid, X direction grid and Y direction grid, right? Because this will be easy if your plan is having number of columns and number of shear wall like this. તમે આ પ્લાન મેઇન પ્લાન જે છે આપણો એમાં જોશો there are number of column and number of here the shear walls are not there but number of columns are there. So in that case it will be easy to make the grid. તો આમાં grid મારે કરવું હોય તો center, this is your origin. So line passing through this center of column in X direction, so I am giving grid A. This will be my grade B. This will be my grade C. And this will be my grade D. X direction. But Y direction માટે grade 1. This is grade 2. Grade 3. Grade 4. Clear? So you need to consider the center line grids of your plan passing through the column element and shear wall element in X and Y direction. So here in this shear wall is not available, but આ પ્લાનમાં shear wall available છે. So you need to mark the center line from your shear wall also. So I am marking that. So this is AB. Then center, from the center of this shear wall, this will be I consider as C grid, and in Y direction also, Y the center માંથી pass કરવાની, this I will consider as 3 also, right? So these are the grid ABC in X direction, grid 1, 2, 3 in Y direction. Now for the calculation of the center of stiffness, the very first what you can do is you can first find the total stiffness of grid A. A grid ની બધી stiffness find કર દેવાની. Now this is your A grid, right? So in A grid, which axis is or you can say for A grid calculation, these are the 4 columns available at the corner. यहाँ पे column I am showing with the circular for the easiness. Circular નથી કરવાના. This one is also, this one is also. right? So total stiffness of grid A is the stiffness of the column available in grid A in, this is your grid A. So total stiffness of columns available in grid A. How many columns are available in grid A? 2 columns. This is column number 1, 2. Column 3 and column 4 is available in grid A. So stiffness of this A, stiffness of column C3 and C4 in grade A, and you have two stiffnesses along x direction also and along y direction also. So for A grade calculation, you need to take summation of C3 and C4 stiffness in which direction, x or y? What do you think? X direction stiffness or y direction stiffness?
X.
Priya, Riti?
X direction.
X direction. Riya, Riti, કોને જવાબ આપ્યો?
X direction, ma'am.
X direction. Right. So is equal to K, કયા કયા કોલમ છે? KC3, KC4. KC3X plus KC4X. So I think we will take break, or we'll continue this part in your next lecture, that is on Monday. We'll discuss this part in next lecture. Right? કેમ કે મારે હજુ પણ બીજો પેલો 3 વાગ્યાથી લેક્ચર છે, રાઈટ? સો
ઓકે મેમ.
હા, થોડો વધારે ટાઈમ થઈ ગયો છે. So till this is your stiffness of each and every element. And next lecture, what we will do, we will find the center of stiffness calculation. We'll do center of stiffness calculation. We'll find this eccentricity, how to find eccentricity as per Codal provision, that we will see. And once the eccentricity, once we decide whether the building is torsionally coupled building or uncoupled building, we will do the analysis of that building by considering one of the case. જે પણ કેસ આવે એ પ્રમાણે આપણે એનું analysis કરીશું. Right? So that part we will continue in next lecture. Through all this lecture, PPT, Excel sheet, and if you have any doubt, you can come with the doubt on Monday.